on an aggravated battery.
How you doing, everybody? Thanks for watching. This is George at Wicked Warnings, here again with a new Super Duty. Remember, Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for safety and strobe lighting equipment for trucks. As you can see here, we've got a brand new black F-350. This is the higher trim line truck with the fancy LED headlights and taillights. This particular truck does plowing duty, so we elected to stay out of the factory lighting on this per the customer's request. What you see here is our Whelen Mini LED Bar in 24-inch size. We have our LIN-6 LIN 6 lighting in the upper grille and the fog light bezel. We are also showing our new auto flasher mirror mod kit. This is the newest version. Here you can see those fog bezel lights a little better doing their job. You can also see a little reflection in the badge from our Thin-X. We're using the TIR series in the badge of this truck. You might also notice, it's kind of a rare occasion, the shop is span clean. Very clean. Here you can see what a good job that LIN-6 does in the front fog light bezel there. Here you can see how we mount our LIN-6 right there on the grill. You do need to trim away a little bit of the top of the grill here for the light. We just use some side cutters and trim that away on the top, and the hood covers it completely. And as you can see there, the LIN-6 mounts right up in the grill. We like that location right there. And here you can see also our LIN fits very nicely in the fog light bezel. Of course, we put this one as far forward as possible to the edge of the bumper here, because as I said, this truck does have a snow plow, as you can see. So we wanted to keep this light as far forward as possible in the fog light bezel here. And even with the fog lights on, that LIN-6 does a very good job of warning the entire front 180 degrees of this vehicle. You can still see that LIN-6 all the way past the front corners of this truck when it's operating. Here you can see our TIR Thin-X mounted in the side badge right there. To do that, you simply remove the badge, mount the TIR series Thin-X, use a little bit of ABS or small piece of metal as a backer for the screw, and you run the wiring up into the engine bay. This is where we mount the LIN-6 LED underneath the OEM tail light. You can see there, right here on that bezel, is a great spot for the LIN-6 light. Works very well right there. And as I showed you earlier, we have our TIR series Thin-X underneath the tailgate as well, the same light that we mounted earlier in the badges. Two of these are mounted under the tailgate. You can mount these basically anywhere along here. Just make sure you check behind that you have some clearance, and if you want to go on the outer edges as we did, you need to remove the step brace that's in the way. There's a couple Torx headed screws that you'll remove, and that step brace will come out, and you can mount the light there if you want to go on the far outer edges like we do. I'm going to freehand the camera here, so pardon the shake, but this is your Acari mount. This is the steel version. We chose to use the steel because it's a little bit stronger. It gives us a little tighter mount for our 24-inch Whelen Mini Bar. The Acari mount is damage-free, completely seals up to the roof of the vehicle, as you can see, bolts in with its own system behind here, and your OEM third brake light mounts to it. It is unaffected. And when we mount the Whelen Mini Bars, we remove the dome and we bolt the mini bar base directly through to the Acari. Make sure you seal it up, and that way you get a nice clean look like this. So if that's the look you're after, feel free to copy our style on how we mounted this. Well, what's that you say? A little less talk and a little more action, please. No problem. I'll shut up and show you the lights. This is one of my favorite installs. A lot of amber. All of the lights stay on. They wig-wag together. They're all the same pattern. I even tied it into the roof bar. Very good setup for a plow truck. I get asked often, are your lights bright? I hope this video answers that question. Yes, my lights are in fact bright. I wouldn't sell lights that aren't bright. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for construction safety and emergency strobe lighting equipment. Be sure to check out the description of this video for links to every one of these products individually, as well as a link to buy this entire package, which is currently ran off of the auxiliary switches on this truck as a kit. If you'd like to buy all of the lights and the wiring to connect them in one box where you can install it or have your local mechanic install it, check the link for the package purchase. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings.